Position as they go down that long back stretch. Remember, it's very bumpy down here. The cars are...
There's a crash on the back stretch.
And the car's upside down. The car is upside down.
I can't see the name or the number or even the color.
Car. It looks like a light-colored car, isn't it?
The silver car would be Al Holbert. The white car would... It's the silver car driven by Al Holbert, the American road course star. You mentioned, Jackie, before we started this race, that some of the drivers have felt that these cars are loose, not adhering to the road perhaps quite as well. But there he's moving.
The driver's trying to get out. The fire, there is some sort of fire. The driver, I can see him get the other side. I hope they can see him around that side because there seems to be some movement. Yes, an emergency man's going to that side, trying to get Al Holbert out of that car. The emergency crew's very fast in the scene here. There's the fireman there with his asbestos suit on. He's got breathing apparatus there. He's in a position to get into that fire. We've got everybody there who can help.
Excuse me, Jackie. If we had another camera isolated on that incident, let's take another look at it now in slow motion if we can. In the circle, you see Holbert in the lighter car, and closer to the outer wall, Benny Parsons. Now, here's how it developed.
It seems that Al Holbert closed in on Benny Parsons as they come out of that turn there and sandwiched Benny Parsons up against the guardrail because there's the contact. The cars collide with the guardrail. Benny Parsons' car, the red car, nearly turns upside down, and as you can see, of course, Al Holbert's car truly gets on its roof. The sparks are flying out of that car. The smoke is there. Remember, there's all that gasoline. There's oil in there. There's cars all over the place.
And down below, there's Tom Sneva crashing against the inner guardrail.
And that car of Tom Sneevers is hard hit, but look at that car, beautifully balanced as it goes down.
History at Daytona International Speedway. In IROC 9, back in 1985, it was road racer Tom Gloy, a victim of this challenge.
Go right on by Dale Earnhardt, and the idea is you have to team up. You can't ever do those deals by yourself.
Now Alonso Jr. trying to give Earnhardt a little bit of a boost as three of them get together on the backside and one upside down. Schrader with a tremendous flip, ricochets off the bank. Two other cars on the backside, all of them into the bank. Caution comes out once again. Spectacular accident on the backside. It looks like Earnhardt is able to get restarted as the rest of the field comes back somewhat carefully to the line, and Dorsey Schrader appears to be okay as he reaches down and looks for his belts. But he's a bit stunned there.
It's supposed to end too.
Oh, Kinzer goes around. Kinzer goes around off the front bumper of Tony Stewart.
He's upside down, Mike.
And it's not over.
Tony Stewart, the 20 car involved. Caution, of course, is out.
And Stewart gets hit again to begin.
You can see Kinzer's car just wiggling as Kimmel was beating on the back of it, shot him to the outside. Of course, nowhere for Stewart to go.
What's interesting is that Martin Truex is already waving before Kinzer gets sideways. Let's have an onboard look here. As you can see, the distance that Kinzer's car slid. Boy, that was a hard hit into Pappas and then the wall for Steve Kinzer.
And you can see Kinzer's car turn dead right. There's nowhere for Tony to go then in the 20.
And then Stewart came across in front of Scott Sharp and then gets hit again by, I believe, for the second IROC race in a row. Steve Kinzer, King of the Outlaws, has been on his lid.
Good news is, wheels down this time.
Yeah, and he's
what
okay.
What a wild ride, guys.
Yep.
I mean, a wild ride coming off of turn 2.
He and Max Pappas involved, and Scott Sharp. Now, Steve's moving around in the car. He's okay, but Pappas's car all torn up in the back, and pretty heavy damage to Scott Sharp as well. The first on-track collision that's put us under caution today.
Yeah, coming off of turn 2, Somebody got squeezed up in the outside wall, and once they collected the outside wall, they came back across the racetrack, and the rest of it just kind of was triggered.
So let's show you what happened. I believe the initial contact is Scott Sharp, I believe with Pappas, the number 16. Sharp coming up the track, or on the outside, excuse me, he's on the outside, and it is with Pappas.
There was nowhere for Sharp to go in the 08, and when Pappas comes back across the racetrack, he gets into the 11 car of Kinzer, starts barrel rolling down the backstretch, but fortunately lands on his wheels.
I guarantee you right there, Larry, Kinzer is saying, please get back on your wheels. Please get back on your wheels.
Yeah, that sky they painted on the inside roof of his car was no joke. There it is.
You could almost see Pappas trying to turn the car down there, but the car's just going to the outside.
Now, Steve Kinzer has climbed out of the car. He is okay. Let's show you this in real time.
Kinzer just a victim again in the 11 car.
And also, that was a hard hit to the inside wall for Max Pappas. And for the second IROC race in a row, Steve Kinzer has to make the difficult walk to take the mandatory trip.